And again, I learned that from YouTube. I believe it was off Did You Know Gaming. Really good channel. I recommend them. And they talked about how he actually did some of the music for that zone. And actually, there are sound bits from, I believe, his... Oh, dang it. It was off the one album that I remember got the big controversy when he did, Black or White.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like some samplings of that song in the game.
Oh.
Not Black or White. I can't remember which particular song. But yes, he actually wrote it. And again, I know there's a couple channels that actually break it down for you. It's really interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so already I'm off to a screaming good start.
Yes, you are, bastard.
Next question. Let's do it.
All right. Okay, so... Ooh, okay, off the top of my head, we're going to go back to the one that everybody missed. And you're going to just have to play dumb. What was the game that started the ESRB system, rating system?
So the rating system, which is great, if you... Yeah. I actually bought a game not long ago, and they carded me for it.
Yeah, they started doing that when I worked at Target. We had to scan the ID. It was annoying.
It's really obnoxious because... For those of you who only listen, you should know that I'm so baby-faced and young and handsome and charming.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you are really, like, right now, I am having a hard time not groping you.
And I feel bad for you, but at the same time, I envy you because you get to look at me.
Yes, I do. I mean, not only look at you,
mm-hmm.
but I get to sit in your presence.
Mm-hmm.
It is just awe and inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Yes.
So, all the more reason to check out the YouTube version of this. So, my initial... I had a bunch of guesses, and they were like Quake and Doom and Duke Nukem, and those turned out to be wrong. I would have also guessed Miss Pac-Man, because it's so sexy.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, she's eating balls.
Oh, my God.
She is
balls.
Just numbing on them. Nom.
And you know what happens when you get them big balls?
Oh, yes.
I mean, you see ghosts.
Oh, yes, you do.
And then you go eat the ghosts.
Oh, I know.
So,
like
obviously,
that acid trip
that's
back
just...
in 92. Anyways.
That's just crass and disgusting, and I can see why.
And she ate cherries, too, and we know that's a euphemism for, lady parts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You didn't think about that, did you?
No, I always thought of them... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
We're not going there.
Roast beef. So, I was going to say... So, it turns out I was wrong on all of them. The correct answer was...
Mortal Kombat, but it was a twofer. I tricked you because it was Mortal Kombat because it was in the arcades and everybody could see it. The other one that really got, those senators and governors who probably do horrible and sick, disgusting things behind closed doors, we all know, was Night Trap.
Night Trap?
Night
I've
Trap.
never even heard of that. What's
yes,
that?
So back in the Sega CD era, in the CD era in general, like before PlayStation really revolutionized things, which we'll get more into, they did a lot of live action stuff. And it would just have like counterintuitive, okay, you press this button now, and then the actor would do a different thing. And in it had these young girls and they were going to some mysterious mansion and they were vampires and they were going to suck their blood and they were in skimpy little outfits. But it had the idea of these augurs, these dudes in suits that were weird looking. They would capture women. And a lot of governors thought that it was like, and senators and whatnot, thought it was like,
promoting fraternities?
Yeah, exactly. Promoting fraternities. Yes, exactly. Pretty much what they all do now anyways.
Right.
Why not, right? But promoting rape and all this. And even though if you watch it now, you laugh so hard.
I don't even think I've known any rape promoters. I didn't know that was a job.
Apparently it is. I know that some colleges actually promote it. They really push it.
Well, I've seen posters that talk about rape on campus. I didn't know. I didn't check to see if they were for or against. Okay, question 3. Go ahead.
Question 3. Yes. What do you think was the best-selling game for the Nintendo 64?
Okay, so for the Nintendo 64, we can't say Mario because Mario was packaged in with... if we can say Mario, clearly it was Mario because it came with every console.
Yeah.
There is no game that could have sold higher on the... And we're talking about the right platform here, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, I know it's probably Tetris, but I would say Duck Hunt would be right up there.
Close. I mean, if you believe in evolution and all that. Turok the Dinosaur Hunter, I believe, is the correct answer.
Really?
I believe. Now, granted, yes, Mario was up there, and it definitely
right. But Mario,
pushed the boundaries.
You can't count because everybody got a free
True.
copy.
I mean, now Mario, yes, and I could be wrong. It wouldn't surprise me, but yes, Mario pushed the boundaries in the 3D realm because now you actually had a full environment. But the reason Turok pushed the realm, especially Turok 2, was the gore.
Huh.
The amount of gore. I mean, there was a weapon that would actually go into a enemy's brain and spill it out. Can't go wrong with that.
No. They actually also have viruses that do that now to humans.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, those are interesting parasites in warm waters. So I've watched the things on that. Anyways.
Yes, I also watch disturbing documentaries.
So do I. On Pornhub.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, something I do for fun is I've got my computer set to filter out any headline with Kardashian or Kanye in it.
Dude, that is awesome. That should be given to. You know what? That is a godsend.
So wonderful.
You need to send that out to the world.
It is so wonderful
because I don't give a shit about them anymore.
Because then I'll go out. I'll be on my phone and look at Google News. I'm like, what's up with all these goddamn Kardashian stories? Oh, right. The world is still inundated with these worthless.
They're meat sacks is the best way to put it. I mean, I do not see any value. And I mean this in a totally serious, like not funny. I don't understand why they are famous in the first place.
No, what I would call them is chubby buckets of egotistical HPV.
There we go. Yeah, because see, you're giving HIV a bad name when you put it together with that one. I mean,
which is great because I actually cut the HIV part out, and now he sounds like a lunatic instead of me. It's
exactly.
Perfect.
So it's perfect.
Okay, so what are we up to there? 3?
Okay, we're up to 3. So
more?
we got 2 more to do,
which is fine because I'm already crushing it. He's already eliminated from last week. But
yeah,
pretty
much.
Go ahead. What do we got?
I'm done. Question 4.
Question 4. I'm ready.
All right. During the point-and-click adventures, what company was considered to be the giant of them all?
Okay, so to clarify, what is a point-and-click adventure?
So a point-and-click adventure,
like
a lot of times, kind of like Myst, honestly. Like Myst would be fallen into that category. A lot of times, too, like, did you ever play Roger Wilco?
Nope.
Or King's Quest?
Oh, nope.
All right.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe,
okay.
you know.
So, what was the gold standard?
The gold standard, yeah.
Well,
who was the main dominator at the time, which, granted, can be debated. I know, but I'm going off my opinion.
Boy. Yeah, I just don't know a damn thing about the genre.
That's fine.
So what do we got?
I would go with Sierra Industries. They were known for making King's Quest, 1 through 7, which were awesome games. I mean, even like to this day, my favorite is King's Quest 6. Air today, gone tomorrow. And the jokes and everything were great. The writing was excellent. I mean, it's old school now, but it's a lot of fun then. And just great puzzles, great things, and at the time you had LucasArts and Sierra being the 2 major point-and-click adventures when that was the big thing. Of course, LucasArts had the Adventures of Monkey Island, which were great. So, in my opinion, I'm going with Sierra because I have fond memories, but I could be wrong on that. Although, for me, yeah.
All right. So that means there's only one question left in the quiz. I'm already batting. What would that be?
You're at
250 now.
Mm-hmm.
One for 4.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Oh, so here's a good one for you.
Mm.
How much of the cartridge in a Sega Genesis was consumed by the opening word Sega?
Oh, if I remember correctly, that was I think that was like a majority of it.
It was like a third.
A third of
it was
it.
Just huge. Oh, God damn.
Question 5.
Question 5. That is the 5th question. For those of you scoring along at home, 5 is the number after 4. Go ahead.
Yes, it is. Occasionally 6, but that's if you're drunk. Now, granted, I know you're all going to get this, but because I know Brian doesn't know too much about gaming. Okay.
I know jack about shit.
Exactly. So, and you might get this, but still.
We'll find out.
What during the early 2000s was the most successful MMORPG. Haha.
Okay. I'm gonna have to say, wow.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
And why do I know that?
Probably because they talked about it all the time.
It's because of South Park.
Yep.
It's because of South Park. And by the way, apparently that episode of South Park almost didn't air
Yeah.
because Trey was so. Once they finished it, Trey was like, "This is horrible. No one's gonna like it. Let's scrap it." And they're like, "Nope, it's too late. We got to run it."
Yep.
And I think it won a daytime.
That actually won the Emmy for them, which is interesting too. And what was also interesting is they actually had a bunch of Blizzard people there.
Oh, really?
They had their own server. All the in-game stuff that you saw is
actually in the engine.
And how even on the commentary they talk about how like people would somehow get into the server, and they had game masters there. So the game master would give them like the touch of death to kick them out, and how they're like, we feel bad for that, because people would just run into the game and just start screwing shit up, because they were like, holy crap, it's Matt Stone, Trey Parker, So yeah, because of the fact, and they even made the joke about how if the animators, they were either animating or playing World of Warcraft.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I even did a interesting study on that, where video game addiction and how real it is, and how, go figure, World of Warcraft was at the top.
So Dr. Drew defines addiction as a behavior you continue despite its harm to your life.
Yes.
And so, you can say, well, I'm not addicted to games because I don't go through withdrawal. Right? No. The criteria to Dr. Drew, who is an addiction medicine specialist, is, have you lost a job because of gaming?
Yeah.
Have you stayed up till 5 a.m. and then couldn't go to Thanksgiving because of gaming?
Oh, yeah, no. And actually doing my research for English 201, no, it comes down to the fact of, every time you do an accomplishment in a game, your serotonins are released,
sure.
So you feel good, you got a reward. And of course, as most games, good, decent games do, it's like they make the reward harder and harder to get.
Of course.
So that's why these people would play for hours on end, and that's why I never played it, because I was like, yeah, I know I get sucked in.
See, I never understood this. I'd be playing my Xbox 360, and then it would randomly say, achievement unlocked, kill 10 dudes. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do with it? Do I spend this now?
Nope.
First of all, I don't know what the achievements are. Second of all, I know I'm not playing enough for any of the... No one's going to say, oh my gosh, you got the 10R achievement. I don't know... What?
Yeah, no, and that...
Conversely, on phone games...
Yes.
Oh, gotta get the achievements.
Exactly. Well, and that's the smart thing that a lot of these guys are doing now. Because, even on... See, I've got a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox 360 and a Retron 5. Yeah, I have an issue.
5.
Yes, so the Retron 5, one of my favorites, and no, I'm not plugging them because of the fact they're paying me. But because
Are they paying you?
No, not at all. But you can play Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color.
Wow.
Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis,
wow.
Famicom, Super Famicom, all in one system. And it's HDMI.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll have to show it to you next time. It's a kick in the pants.
So we're gonna cap that there because we're running kind of long. That was quiz. That was quiz me, quiz you.
Quiz you.